Enjoyed it here from the time you got here. Happy to get this done.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I mean, I can't say enough about the guys in the locker room and management and everybody here, and how they've welcomed me and my family, the fans, and all the support that we've had. So I appreciate it.
Fowler signs 3-year $18.3 million extension with the Blues. A smart move for St. Louis. Good day, hockey fans, and welcome back to Across the NHL. I am your host, and today we are diving into some significant contract news coming out of St. Louis. The Blues have just locked down defenseman Cam Fowler with a 3-year extension worth $18.3 million. And this move tells us everything we need to know about where this franchise is headed. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this deal, let me paint you the picture of how we got here. Cam Fowler was not always a Blue, This 33-year-old Windsor, Ontario native spent the majority of his career patrolling the blue line for the Anaheim Ducks. But everything changed on December 14th, 2024, when Doug Armstrong pulled the trigger on a trade that would reshape both teams' defensive cores. The Blues sent prospect Jeremy Biakabutika and a 2027 second-round pick to Anaheim in exchange for Fowler and a 2027 fourth-round pick. At the time, some folks questioned whether trading for a veteran defenseman with 1 year left on his contract was the right move. Well, Armstrong and the Blues front office just answered that question emphatically with this extension. Let us talk numbers for a moment because they tell quite the story. Fowler's new deal carries an average annual value of $6.1 million, which actually represents a slight decrease from his current $6.5 million cap hit. Now you might be thinking, why would a player take less money? Well, the answer lies in what Fowler found in St. Louis after that December trade. When Fowler arrived in Missouri, he was not just joining any team. He was joining a Blues squad that was hungry, determined, and had championship aspirations. The veteran defenseman slotted seamlessly into their lineup and proved that sometimes the best trades are the ones that benefit everyone involved. Fowler collected 36 points in 51 games after the trade, showing that at 33 he still has plenty left in the tank. But here is where things get really interesting, and this is what makes Doug Armstrong such a brilliant general manager. During the playoffs last season, Fowler set a franchise record for points in a single playoff series by a defenseman. Think about that for a second. The Blues have had some pretty good defensemen over the years, but Fowler came in and immediately made history. That kind of impact does not go unnoticed, and it certainly does not go unrewarded. The timing of this announcement is particularly telling as well. The Blues made this deal official on a Saturday night during preseason play, which shows you how eager both sides were to get this done. Fowler had previously expressed his desire to stay in St. Louis, telling reporters back in May that he would love to be around as long as they would like him there. Well, it looks like the feeling was mutual. From a roster construction standpoint, this extension makes tremendous sense for the Blues. They are getting a proven veteran who can log heavy minutes, contribute offensively, and provide leadership in the locker room. At $6.1 million per season through 2029, they are paying market value for a top-4 defenseman who has shown he can perform when the lights are brightest. What I find particularly impressive about this signing is how it demonstrates the Blues' commitment to building a sustainable winner. They could have let Fowler walk after next season and tried to replace him through free agency or trade, but instead they chose to reward performance and keep a player who clearly wants to be there. That kind of organizational loyalty tends to pay dividends when other players are deciding where they want to play. The financial structure of this deal also gives the Blues some flexibility moving forward. By getting Fowler to take a slight pay cut from his previous deal, Armstrong has created additional cap space that can be used to address other roster needs. Whether that means extending other core players or making moves at the trade deadline, having that extra breathing room is always valuable in today's salary cap era. For Fowler personally, this extension represents the chance to finish his career on his own terms with an organization that clearly values what he brings to the table. At 33, he is entering what will likely be his final contract, and getting 3 years of security with a contending team is exactly what any veteran player would want at this stage of their career. The deal also speaks to the relationship between player and organization that developed so quickly after the trade. It is not easy to join a new team mid-season and immediately find chemistry with your teammates and coaching staff, but Fowler managed to do exactly that. The fact that both sides were eager to make this extension happen tells you everything you need to know about how well the marriage worked out. Looking ahead, this